You know that feeling when something just feels off? You can't quite put your finger on it, but deep down, you know. That's how it started for me. Sarah and I had been married for 8 years. 8 years of love, laughter, fights, makeups, and everything in between. I thought we were solid, maybe not perfect, but solid. Then she started changing. It wasn't sudden. It was gradual, like a light dimming so slowly you don't notice until you're sitting in the dark. She was distracted more, her phone never left her hand, and she started making excuses. Late nights at work. Last-minute girls' nights. A distance in her eyes even when she was sitting right next to me. At first, I brushed it off. We all go through phases, right? But that nagging feeling wouldn't let go. Something wasn't right. And deep down, I was terrified to find out what. One night, she came home late. Again. I was on the couch, pretending to watch TV, but really, I was waiting. "Hey," she said, tossing her purse down like it weighed 100 pounds. "Hey." I kept my voice calm. "Good night?" "Yeah, just a long day." "A long day." "Right." I nodded, pretending to believe her. But something caught my eye, her reflection in the hallway mirror. She looked guilty. That's when I knew. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I paid attention. I noticed the way she angled her phone away from me, the way she suddenly had passwords on everything, the way she'd disappear into another room to take calls. I needed proof. And proof came faster than I expected. One evening, while she was in the shower, her phone lit up. A message. Just one. But that was all it took. "I can't wait to see you again. Last night was amazing." My stomach dropped. My hands clenched. And yet, I felt calm. Too calm. I took a deep breath. If she was seeing someone else, I needed to know who. So I did something I never thought I'd do. I started watching her. Not in a creepy, stalker way. But I paid attention where she went, what she did, how often she worked late. And eventually, I got my answer. I saw them together. A random Tuesday night, outside some little restaurant on the other side of town. The way she smiled at him? I hadn't seen that smile in years. And the guy? I didn't recognize him at first. But when I did, my entire world tilted. The next day, I set up a meeting. Not with Sarah. With him. He had no idea who I was when I reached out. I used a business pretense, something neutral, to get him to agree. And he did. We met at a quiet CAF, and the moment he walked in, I felt like the ground had been ripped out from under me. It was her ex. Not just any ex. The one before me. The one she always said she had unfinished business with. The one she swore was her biggest mistake. Right. Some mistake. He sat down across from me, still clueless. I let the silence stretch just long enough to make him uncomfortable. Then I leaned forward and said, "You've been seeing my wife." The color drained from his face. He opened his mouth, closed it, then swallowed hard. "Look, man, I didn't know she was married." I tilted my head. "Try again." His eyes darted around like he was looking for an escape. "Okay. I knew. But she told me you guys were separated." "Separated." I let out a bitter laugh. "That's funny. We live in the same house, share the same bed. Do I look separated to you?" He didn't answer. I should have been furious. But oddly enough, I wasn't. Because in that moment, I realized he wasn't the one who betrayed me. She was. And then, as if the universe had a twisted sense of humor, Sarah walked in. She was supposed to be at work. She wasn't supposed to be here. But there she was, stepping into the CAF, her eyes scanning the room until they landed on me. And then on him. She froze. Her face turned white. For a moment, no one moved. Then, slowly, she walked toward us, her legs shaky like they might give out. Her voice was barely a whisper. "Oh my God." She looked between us, realization hitting her like a brick wall. And then, just like that, she collapsed onto her knees. Right there in the middle of the CAF. "Please," she choked out. "I didn't know." I stared at her. "Didn't know what, Sarah?" My voice was eerily calm. Her lips trembled. Tears spilled down her cheeks. "I didn't know you'd find out like this. I never meant to." "To what?" I cut her off. "Get caught?" She sobbed, gripping my leg like I was her last chance at salvation. "I made a mistake. I was confused. I stepped back, forcing her hands off me. "You were selfish. That's what you were." She broke down completely. Right there, in front of everyone. But I didn't feel sorry for her. Not anymore. I left her there. I didn't need to hear any more excuses. That night, I packed a bag. I wasn't sure where I was going, but I knew I couldn't stay. Sarah begged me to talk. To give her another chance. But how do you fix something when the trust is completely shattered? She swore it was over with him. That it was just a stupid mistake. But I couldn't unsee what I saw. I couldn't unfeel what I felt. It's been 6 months now. 6 months since I walked away. I won't lie, it was hard at first. The pain didn't just disappear overnight. But with time, I realized something: I deserved better. Sarah made her choice. And I made mine. I don't regret leaving. In fact, it was the best decision I ever made. Because at the end of the day, love without trust isn't love at all. And I finally learned to put myself first.